Hello and welcome to New York Jets versus Denver Broncos pregame live on a Sunday late afternoon. A rare 4 o'clock start for our New York Jets. Things that some people love to see. I don't. Give me the 1 o'clock games every single week. They're my absolute favorite. We are going to preview today's game, answer your questions, and try to have a lot of fun. Obviously, there's a lot to get into, whether it be Elijah Moore, Denzel Mims, or just this game in general. But before we do that, just wanted to talk about Mojo, the NFL stock exchange to an extent. I absolutely love it. So right now there's two players I want to talk about over on Mojo. One is Zach Wilson, who is currently priced at $35.04. He is up 0.25% over the last 24 hours, and his stock continues to go up from the beginning of the season. And Breece Hall, who I think is going to be heavily utilized today, right now is at $12.36 a share, and he is up 0.13% over the last 24 hours and has been up over the last week. Definitely those two guys that I would like to keep an eye on. Now, let's get into the inactives. Who is active and inactive for this game? Mike White, Elijah Moore inactive, not surprising after what happened on Thursday. Jeremy Ruckert inactive. Jermaine Johnson hurt inactive. Ashton Davis inactive. And Bryce Hall is inactive for today's game, which means Denzel Mims makes his season debut, a polarizing player, someone that people either love or hate. There's really no in between with Denzel, and I'm sure there's going to be a ton of comments on it as the New York Jets are in an area to improve their record to 5-2, a huge game before they come home. You could love to see it. Absolutely love to see it. So let's get into the comments. We get Merc Life, who is a member of the channel. He says, "Let's get it, Jets. Let's go." Andrew K says, "Time for Brady to retire. He's been atrocious today. They are being shut out by the 1-5 Carolina Panthers after they sold off Robbie Anderson, after they sold off Christian McCaffrey this past week. It's been pretty bad today watching on Red Zone." Christopher Decker says, "Jets W incoming." Hope so. I really hope so. Stephen T says 5-2. Let's go. Hopefully the New York Jets can improve to 5-2. It's been a long time since they've been 5-2. I'm trying to think when the last time they were 5-2. I don't think 2015. I think they were 4-3 in 2015. So my guess would be 2010. John Finnegan, a member of the channel, says, "Block out the noise, take care of business, and win with the boys that want to play team football." Yeah, I mean, look, I think it's going to be very much so a game where they're running the ball a lot. So I don't think this would be a game where if Elijah was playing that he would continue to get a bunch of targets or like change that, because again, this Denver defense is probably the toughest defense to throw against in the league. Justin Herbert threw the ball 57 times last week and barely went over 200 yards. So it's obviously a very difficult task. And I think they are 18th, against the run and defensive DVOA. Run the football with Breece Hall and Michael Carter, and let's get after it. Jets Best, what's up, man? Hey, Matt, about to get a huge W. I hope so, man. Let's keep the win streak rolling. They have won 3 games in a row. This is their 4th week where they have the white shirt, or white jersey rather, with the black pants. Hopefully it's time. Joe S says Giselle is going to be the one that finally ends Brady, I guess. Evan says, "No Ashton Davis surprised because he was a full participant on Friday and usually calls the snaps on punts." Yeah, he was a little bit banged up this week, so we'll see what happens there. But obviously he's inactive today. Maybe he's active next week against the New England Patriots back at home. But that role is going to have to change this week. Joe says they are running the ball 40 times today. I don't know about 40, but they had, how many did they have last week? I guess we could pull that up. Might as well pull that up. The Packers versus Jets box score. I know that I'm going to guess 27. Let's see. The Jets ran the ball, more 33 times. So I think somewhere right around there. 40 might be a little bit on the high side, but I tend to agree with you. I think it's going to be a heavy run day. Jeff Smith is taking more role per the beat. Yeah, I don't if it's a one-for-one swap of Jeff Smith for more, then that's an issue because, he should not be on the field that much. They should rotate between Smith, Berrios, and Mims. Hey, Matt, are you going to make a video sharing us your thoughts on the Moore situation? No, I did do a video on TikTok and Instagram, a quick reaction. I was in a bachelor party slash wedding rehearsal. Well, bachelor party Thursday, wedding rehearsal Friday, wedding Saturday. So I've been kind of off the grid the last 3 days. So got something out on it quick, but it's kind of past the point now. We could talk about it today. I think it's frustrating that in the midst of this win streak that Elijah Moore really did that after one game. But yeah, I don't think at this point I'm going to do a whole video breakdown on it. Mims stat prediction for today. 2 catches, 18 yards. Yeah, I agree. Steven T says odd watching Red Zone for 1 p.m.s. Yeah, it is incredibly weird, actually. I prefer the 1 o'clock games. Joe S says Todd Bowles will be one and done in Tampa. Certainly doesn't look good right now. They're about to drop to 3-4. J Bay with the super chat. Matt, did you hear what Rex said about Moore? Yeah, Rex was fired up in the pregame. Let's see if I could pull that up. I don't see why I wouldn't be able to play that on the show. Let's pull up Rex. He was on ESPN in the pregame. So here, let's pull this up. Hang on. All right, here we go. Here's Rex Ryan on Elijah Moore.
Teams that are you're not quite there. This guy right here is exactly right. I mean, so Elijah Moore requests a trade after the team has won 3 straight games. This kid, what's he played? 20 games in the league already? Are you kidding? You know how hard it is to win in this league. But Elijah Moore, you need to grow up. I'm a friend of, I love the Jets. Always been a fan of the Jets. My dad coached there for 8 years. I coached there forever. Like, I'm sorry. But this right here, I'm not a fan of yours. You need to grow up. Okay, Elijah Moore, you're watching at home. Are you kidding me? Why aren't you with your football team? Grow up. The greatest players, all right, of our sport want to win over anything else. No doubt. Randy, how many balls? If you never caught a ball, it's like, okay, I'm going to go catch. That never happened, by the way, because you couldn't hold his jock as a player. But you know what? Grow up and get on board. This team needs you on board, all right? Because this guy right here is a special talent, but he needs to be part of the solution, not part of the problem.
Strong words from Rex Ryan. John Finnegan, thank you for the super chat. Don't see a message attached, but we'll toss anything up that he put up there. Joe Esks chimes in. Does it concern you 2 players asked to be traded? No. Denzel just wants to play. And Elijah Moore, I think handled that incredibly poorly. I don't think they end up trading him, though. I really don't. I don't think they end up trading Elijah. I think things eventually get ironed out. Is it all right if my call this week is festive? V-Man, I suppose I'm going to do my best. We'll see how many call-ins we'll get on the show. So you're more than welcome to call in however you like. Prestige Shogun gives us an update. Panthers score again, 14-0 over Tampa Bay. That is brutal. Flamer says, we beat them in Mile High with Rick Meyer. Go Jets. Johnny Rep says, oddity is that Zach's development is hurt by Jets' new playoff run. He's never been allowed to really throw it around with his new weapons, and last year he had virtually no one. That I just think that's the teams that they're playing against right now. They're playing against defenses that are incredible against the pass the next few weeks. There's going to be times in the second half of the year where he's going to be able to throw a little bit. Jacksonville's defense, you get. Detroit has arguably the worst defense in football. You could light it up against Detroit. Chicago has struggled this year. There are opportunities for yet Miami again. There's opportunities for him to throw. I'm not tossing out the Zach Wilson after this 1 year. Mims is going to have the block of the week when Brees runs it in for a second touchdown. Ooh, okay. I like that one. Jets forever. It's his wet dream today with Denzel Mims being active. Says Mims will score 3 touchdowns today. I hope you're right. Wait, how do we call in? You can call in to the podcast, which I promote pretty much weekly, but the number is 631-517-0782. Call in, leave me your reaction to the game, and we will talk about it on Just Jets. John Finnegan says, imagine thinking Zach's growth is being stunted by a staff that's been giving him winning formulas. His day will come. Exactly. I think they're playing winning football right now, and running the ball is doing that. There are going to be games where Zach is going to have to throw them back into games. It's just how the NFL is. They're not going to have a lead, but in the second half of these games the last 2 weeks, they've been up huge. So there's really been no reason to throw the ball. Plus, it's been working. King Choice says these roughing the passer calls are getting disgusting. Yeah, it's very difficult to figure out in today's NFL. One, what's a catch? Two, what is and what isn't roughing the passer? Those ones are incredibly annoying. Omatic is high on Zach Wilson today. 3 touchdowns, 250 plus passing yards. That would be pretty incredible when you consider the defense that they're going up against hasn't allowed a passing touchdown since week 2. Yeah, this JSB says Green Bay down 17-14 to Washington. Yikes. I really thought this would be their bounce back week, and it started out hot. They were up big in that game, but just brutal. The Giants are going for it on 4th and 2 right now, and there's a drop. That's frustrating. That would have been 1st and goal for them right on the 1. Daniel, thank you for supporting. There should be a join button right next to like where it gives my info on like Matt O'Leary NY and stuff like that. On the video, it should be like right underneath the like, dislike, share. Or if not, if you click on Matt O'Leary NY and just go to the channel page, you should find the join button there. Vinny and the Jets says, Matt, with Russell Wilson out, why are more commentators this morning taking Denver? I haven't seen that. I've seen pretty much everyone exclusively take the Jets today. Luke Finnegan says Bengals look a little scary. Yes, their offense has been on fire today. Joe Burrow had like 3 touchdowns in the first half. Let's see that box score right now. Last time it flashed up on here was 34-17, so it's 35-17 right now. Here we go. Yeah, 424 yards, 3 touchdowns. Good Lord. Have yourself a day, Joe Burrow. Tyler Boyd, 155 yards. Jamar Chase, 116 yards, 2 touchdowns. T. Higgins has 80 yards of his own. Good God. That offense is putting up points this week. Anthony G says, sure, they won the Super Bowl, but they played a lot of backup quarterbacks and they didn't let Zach throw the ball 45 times a game. Some Jets fans' logic. Yeah, who cares, man? It's the NFL. Get a win any way you can and win it at any way you can. It's working. It's working. Like I said, I don't expect him to throw the ball a ton today, but play turnover-free football, keep your team in the game, and make big throws when you have to. And you know what? The Jets probably should fare pretty well against or with the play action today. That'd be my guess. I did. JSP says, "Did you see the backtrack from Brady Quinn?" Yeah, someone on a pregame. I just saw a brief, quick. I forget a clip. I forget who it was. Said made reference to his 0-9 comment. He's like, "That's not what I said." He went full Mike Francesa and walked it back. David says Zach was okay last week when Green Bay pulled within one score and looked like they might be getting some momentum. Zach went down and scored a touchdown, put an end to it. Yeah, and look, the biggest game this year, his first game back against the Steelers, they needed him to throw in the fourth quarter, and they led 2 touchdown drives. I'm not worried yet with Zach. The passing touchdowns obviously has to go up, but it is what it is. I'm taking these wins. Micro Fox says, I want to see blitzing. I don't want to see Rippin beat us. I would like to see a lot of play action on offense to Denzel Mims. Yeah, I think we'll see play action when they do decide to pass the football. Joe S. Yep, says Zach hasn't really turned the ball over and they're winning. So what's the issue? I wish I knew the answer. The Bengals are a team I wouldn't want to see again. I just think regardless of how our defense plays, they can put up points at a pace that we can't keep up with. That's probably fair. That's probably fair. I mean, if they're clicking on all cylinders, then great. But also didn't necessarily see the Jets pass rush at the level that it's playing at right now. So Matthew says, let's shut them out. I believe. Why not? Jason has a prediction for Zach, says 150 passing yards, 1 passing touchdown, 15-21. Sounds about right. I think I had like 145, no touchdowns, no picks. But this looks about right, Jason. I think you're onto something. Ryan says Zach has a good day and I'll introduce him to my mom. Hashtag my daddy. You guys are the best. Everaldo says Jets have a balanced offense. I love it. You should. The Jets do have a balanced offense, and they've showed off their run game the last few weeks. I've said it a lot on this stream and just, on streams in general recently, but it's just they need to be able to run the ball and pass the ball. And I think eventually we're going to see it. Nick Nova asks, Matt, do you see Moore being active next week? Yes. I think he returns to the team on Monday. I think he practices, hopefully apologizes, and they could just put in the rear view and move on. But I do think he plays next week. We to the people 732 says Jets open just about every game with a run, usually up the middle. I think we should open with a play action bomb down the field for an opening touchdown. In a perfect world, that sounds fantastic. That would definitely push the defense back. Even if you don't connect on it, they would have to play back a little bit. How about a little flea flicker action? Something like that. This is a great point too from Junio Rudy. Says people are worried about Rippon because of 2020. He was trashed that game against the Jets, and the Jets were abysmal. We should tee off on him today. Yeah, he threw 3 picks in that game. I think 2 to Pierre Desir, if I'm not mistaken. He's not there, I don't think. Is Elijah Moore on water and towel duty during this game? I don't think he's there. I think he's watching from home, which is worse. Wyatt says, I'm excited for the fourth quarter, and the game hasn't started yet. There you go. I really think this is going to be a close game. I don't think either team scores a ton. I would love to see the Jets pitch a shutout. That'd be great. Nick says, I want a sauce redemption opening pick 6. Love that. Chris says Johnny will be getting his ice cream today. Love that for Johnny. He's electric. I need to find a way to get him on the program. King Blaze says Jets win 24-14. I would be surprised if they put up 24 points. A pleasant surprise, obviously. I think I had it 20-13. 24, I'm assuming, would be 3 touchdowns. If they put up 3 touchdowns against this defense, I'd be pretty happy. That's right. I forgot the Jerry Jeudy touchdown from that game. That was an incredible catch. He did moss him. This is a classic Jets. Mark Riss says, this is a classic Jets trap game. We need to come out focused and prepared. I thought last week was more of the classic Jets trap game. Where it's like, okay, this team finally has some momentum. Yes, they're a little bit of an underdog, but I guess this week with them being favored, which just a few weeks ago, it was crazy. I had people in the comments telling me the Jets wouldn't be favored in a game all year, which was just nuts. Now, I didn't think it would be this game where they'd be favored, but it's the NFL, man. Weird things happen. They're playing good football. Anthony G. Jets defense and special teams will score and create short fields for Zach. Will score without having to do much. I like that. That sounds like a winning recipe. I love this from Matt. He says 4 o'clock game should be outlawed. The hell with time zones. Give me Sundays at 1 o'clock. That's my favorite. I know people love watching their teams in prime time. I know they love the night games. I know that people love the 4 o'clock slate. I don't, man. Give me the early games, 1 o'clock. I hate waiting around. I want to get the game over with and then enjoy the 4 o'clock slate on Red Zone while I'm making my video. That's a perfect Sunday to me. Zachary's in here. He says, we have like 2 or 3 people returning from that 2020 team. Big difference. Yeah, 100%. It's a massive difference. I don't look at this as I'm not nervous about ripping. I'm nervous about that defense. I think there's a chance if the Broncos win this game, it'll be because of how dominant their defense is. But I expect the Jets to. Whoa, illegally beast mode. 30-13, Clemens breakout game. Nick Nova says DJ is blocking all the bad media mojo by picking Broncos 24-17. Keep riding it, man. Just like the white shirt or the white jerseys and black pants, man. Keep riding it. We the people's back saying I like the idea of having 6'3" receiver on the outside and Mims, then 5'9" and more. Agree. One of the things that I talked about with Elijah Moore was that I think he should be playing in the slot more. I think only 20% of his routes have been in the slot. And they love Garrett there, which I understand, but I think you got to get him in the slot more. And, you know, I'm rooting for Mims. I hope he has a good day today. That would be awesome. Jace B says, I heard that it's super windy in Denver. Might be an even heavier run game than we think. Yes, that's what I heard too. There are a few people that are there. Jets Today, NY Jets Today is there. And that's what he said. Zach rushing TD? Yeah, I think that's entirely in the cards. I would expect them to do a lot on the ground today. And Zach's shown pretty much since he came back from injury last year how much they love to run the ball, especially with him down near the red zone. Joe S. says he agrees with the 1 o'clock. Chris says, I'm with you, Matt. The 1 o'clock games are the best. Omatic says, right, get it out of my system. I wish it started at 1. Amen. We're all on the same page here, it looks like. Although Junio says, if we want to be a great team, we should get used to the 4 p.m.s and primetime games. You're not wrong. Everyone's talking about the quarterbacks we're playing. How about the fact that the last 3 starting quarterbacks couldn't finish the game against us? We're literally destroying quarterbacks out there. It's true. They have been downright dominant on the defensive line. I expect Quinnen to have a huge game. I would think Carl Lawson too. That Denver offensive line has a chance to really struggle. They've been kind of bad at times this year. So, oh, love this one from Matt. Says, I don't think it's coincidence that the Jets haven't lost since buying my Garrett Wilson jersey in week 3, going for 4 in a row today. Yeah, I bought it after the Browns game, but it didn't arrive till after week 3. So maybe my luck is changing too on the jerseys. I love it. Are you rocking the Garrett Wilson jersey today? I decided not to. I wanted to go with the white Zach because they're wearing white today. So wanted to show some love for Zach, even though I don't think he is having, I don't expect him to have a monster game, but I love it. John has his lucky jersey on. Kotchery, white 89. We haven't lost since I started with the white. Yeah, keep it rolling, man. Love Kotchery, man. One of the more underrated Jets. Such a good Jet in that, 2009, 2010, even before that era. 2006, he had a nice year. He was really just a punt returner in like 04 and 05, but Nick Nova says, I can see MC having a sneaky good game today. Surprise the defense with running back 1.5. Yeah, I think so. I really expect both of them to play well. We saw last week, Michael Carter only ran the ball like 6 or 7 times, but I thought he was extremely effective. Jay says, can we get a Zach passing touchdown today? I hate looking at the stats and seeing his TD in ratio. I understand that. I get that. Eventually you want to see that number come up, right? Braden says, I'm looking forward to us shutting them out. What do you reckon, Matt? Yeah, I had it 2013 before the Russell Wilson news. I would love a shutout. That would be killer for the Jets to just go on the road. Maybe they don't score a ton, but 17 zip, 16 zip, I'm in. Trin says, Matt, I'm on the phone for a potential trade partner with Elijah Moore. What do you want on your pizza from Pizza Hut? The manager saying he's offering 2 topping generous pizza for him. I don't want to trade Elijah Moore. I think there's no reason to trade him. I think you try to get it ironed out and go from there. He's too important to this team to not have him around. He has a role on this team. It sucks that he handled it the way that he did, but I'm rooting for things to be ironed out. I am beyond frustrated with how he handled it. And I think the Jets have handled it rightly by one, not starting him or not playing him this week, and also by saying that they are not going to trade him by the deadline. I don't think they should. Viking security says Ciara ruined Russ. Now all Russ thinks about is bedroom aerobics. Oh, God. Robert S. says, do you think it's true that Salah doesn't like wearing the greens? That's what I've heard. I can't say that I've heard it directly from him, but I've heard from a few different people who I would classify as in the know that say that he doesn't like the greens. So Anders says the wind is supposed to be 19 miles an hour at kickoff and lessen to 12 mile an hour at 7 p.m. So yeah, my guess would be run the football, and who knows, maybe Greg the Leg hits like a 75-yard field goal in the wind and in the mile high. That'd be great. Oh, I love this jersey and hat combo from John. I'm going with the green Curtis Martin jersey and black hat from the late 80s. I think attacking the edge, running the ball out of 11 personnel will be key. Go Jets. I'm with you there. I love it. And the Jets have 2 running backs who can get to the outside and turn up field with some speed. Brian, thank you so much for the super chat, my friend. He goes, do we do all black unis next week as planned? Yeah, I think you do. I think that's been in the plans. I understand if they continue to win, but I'm excited to see the all black look. I can't wait to see it with the black helmets making their debut against the Patriots. A massive, massive home game, win or lose, hoping they win. But it's huge. It's time to be competitive against this against this New England Patriots team. You haven't beaten them since 2015. Long overdue. Jay Boy, thank you so much. He says maybe Moore doing this gets him put in the slot. That's one way to look at it. If you're trying to find any sort of positive here with this situation, I hope it's that. I hope that it opens up a dialogue between Moore, the staff, and just everyone, and they get it ironed out. I think, like I said, these things kind of figure out themselves sometimes. Like, look at Deebo Samuel. Everyone thought he was going to get traded. He ends up signing an extension there and being very involved in that offense. So it seems like all but a lock that Deebo was going to get traded. So and he's still where he is. So I think Elijah stays. Dylan says, are you a superstitious guy? To an extent. Not so much with like the white jerseys and the black pants like for the Jets, but there was a time where I sat in pretty much the same seat to watch the Jets games. I do like similar routine stuff. So I would say yes, but not as much as other people are. Mace Face asked, what do we think about Denzel Mims? Does he have a game? I'm rooting for it. I think they're going to really use Jeff Smith and Braxton more than him, which would be a little bit frustrating. But I'm going to say what I say before, 2 catches, 18 yards, something like that. Mika wants to know where to watch the game in Germany. Can you live stream it? I believe NFL Plus sign-in will allow you to do that. Can anyone help out our guy, Mika, in the chat? John says, I should mention to fellow Jet fans that I hung my Cribette and Revis jerseys where I had plants hanging on the side of my garage, which is where I watched the game from. LOL, my neighbors will laugh out loud. That's good. Good point from Braden says, just like JFM should be inside, Moore should be in the slot. I think that's two things that most Jeff fans agree on. I think the staff's been a little stubborn with that. Was that Zeke or Tony Pollard that just got in? I'm watching Red Zone. I'm starting Tony Pollard in fantasy today, so I really hope that it's him, but I think it was just Zeke who went over the top. Here you go for Mika from Trin. Panthers just cooked the Bucs defense for a long touchdown. They stink. Tampa Bay has been brutal. Snowball's hanging in here. What's up, my friend? Thank you for supporting as always. Says, let's go. Can't wait. 30 minutes. Yeah, we're hanging out for probably another 10, 15 minutes on here before, I head down, get my notes ready. I'm sure that I will be on with Green Bean and Ryan at the half. Can't wait for that. And who just scored for Dallas? Elliott. Damn it. That's annoying. Schluck says, my superstition is if the Jets score when I leave the room, I stay out till they punt. I hear from the other room. Okay, that's a good one. Jets best says Zerloin in fantasy. Yeah, I mean, in that building, who knows what he could be able to do. Oh, my God, it's 21-3. Panthers over Tampa Bay. Poor Tom Brady. Joe S. says Bowles is a horrible head coach. Yeah, I think we knew that one best, right? Didn't we say this years ago? Great coordinator, not a good head coach. Daniel Murphy, any favorite bets / parlays for this Jets game? BUSR. Yeah. So obviously check out busr.com/Matt. Sign up and you get a nice little bonus that they're doing. So make sure to sign up there. But I would say my favorite parlay that I saw today was Jets money line, and I took Breece Hall alternate 69.5 over 69.5 yards. So Jets win, Breece Hall 70 or more yards, and it was like plus 155, I believe. Chris says the Jets win when my fiance, wears my Pennington jersey. I am making her wear it right now, of course, as you should. The Jets need this W. I love it. Yes, please keep it rolling. Junio, yeah, this is a weird one too. 2014 Washington over Green Bay. They are another team that looks like they're stinking right now. Trend, unironically, I am agreeing with Jets forever. Having the two bigger body receivers outside will open doors for Wilson. I hope that's what they do. I'm just not sold that Mims gets a huge portion of the snaps today. I think it's split up between Braxton Smith and Mims. I would expect all three of them to be somewhat similar. I hope I'm wrong. Brian chimes in. Joe Burrow is having one of the greatest quarterback games ever today. Yeah, he's been fantastic. Let's do a little refresh. I had that box score up. 29-36, 441, 3 touchdowns, 145 rating. Good Lord. Have yourself a day. Yeah, that's another one. Jalen brings up the Giants and Jaguars having a game right now. Yeah, that's been a good one. I expected the Giants to win that game. They are down right now, but it's 17-13 Jaguars going into the fourth quarter. So right now they're showing on Red Zone. I have Ravens-Browns, which is a tight game, but looks like the Ravens are driving here. Let's see. Jets fans stink. What? Oh, I'm talking about the superstitious ones wearing the same underwear, same jersey for the 4th week in a row. That's fantastic. Yeah, whatever works, right? And Burrow has a rushing touchdown too. Yes, he does. That's a fantastic day. Oh, poor Junio. Burrow is on his bench. In one of my leagues, I'm starting Burrow, so I'm in pretty good shape there. Boyd and Chase starting in fantasy. Wow, you are crushing it. Dre says, I think play action pass will be on full effect today with the receivers winning their matchup. Big game, Corey Davis. Yeah, I mean, we've seen Zach Wilson's very, very comfortable going to Corey Davis. So that should surprise no one if that's what we see today. A heavy dose of Corey Davis. Randilla says Lawrence looks okay. Yeah, I thought so too. Oh, the Cowboys just strip sacked Goff and then lost the ball again at the end. Maybe now we got our Tony Pollard touchdown, please. Score prediction for Jets. I'll stick with 2013, which was my prediction from the preview show. A Super Bowl. Brian Bogan asks, how many wins until Zach can wear a fur coat on the sidelines? A Super Bowl. That's fantastic. Tyler says, I've got DJ Moore, Jamar, and Burrow in my fantasy team. So you, sir, must be up huge in your matchup. I love it. Oh, wow. What a run and a fumble. the Ravens are trying to give this game away, man. They're letting Cleveland hang around, and then they just turned it over on a play that was a fantastic run. Got something out of nothing, and then a fumble. Fantastic. I'm hoping this is a Jets 17-30 Jet. Do the higher number first when making predictions. So 30-17 Jets. Now saying 30-13 Jets. I'd be shocked if they put up 30, but very happy. Inactive, my friend. No Jeremy Ruckert today. Omatic, that would just be pure chaos. Why not? We might as well sign up for the chaos. Zach, he says, I think Zach Wilson will have a breakout game with Mims torching the Broncos D. What a world. Liam chimes in saying Corey Davis's blocking is underrated. Yeah, he's a fantastic run blocker, which obviously helps with what the Jets are trying to do. Oreo, let's take care of business today. Let's not look 3 weeks ahead, too far ahead. They got 2 big games before that. Jay Clark asks, how confident are you today? Very. I think the Jets take care of business. I'm very excited. I think they win this one. What did I say before? 2013? Relatively low scoring day. Is this going to be Zeke again in the end zone? No, down to the 2. Okay. We still got a shot. Did Pollard get in, Jace? Please? My red zones are a little bit behind, it seems like. That'd be fantastic if so. I'm watching on red zone, so if it's a little bit behind Fox, but that'd be fantastic. Jets posted a video of G-Dub catching 2 balls one-handed in a row. Okay, let's pull that up. I'm down to see that. Give me 1 second. We're pulling it up right now. I don't think that's it. Oh, here we go. Oh, that's a nice catch. Was this it? Nice catch regardless, but here, I'll keep scrolling back. All right, I haven't seen it, but that was a nice catch that we saw in the pregame. Respect. Alex Cross says, Dolphin fan here. I like how you guys are playing tough defense, nice running back duo. Yeah, it's been winning football games right now. I know Zach hasn't been asked to do a whole lot, but Michael Carter and Breece Hall have been fantastic, which I think a lot of Jet fans were hoping for. And the defense is playing, I would say, above their head right now, but let's continue to do it. Jason says 2-0. Jets win with an overtime safety. Good God. Oh, it's on Instagram, this video. Okay. Please hold. We'll see if we can pull that up for the people. On their story, or I don't know if I could view their story on desktop or if it's like a regular post. Oh, no, here we go. Yeah, we can show it. Ooh, I like that right hand. That one was more impressive. I like it. Prestige Shogun says Jaguars looking to put Big Blue away. Mikey Mouse, did the backup quarterback excuses go for the Browns go away if they beat the Ravens? Who knows? It just seems a little inconsistent. Elijah Moore in the chat says, don't take my name wrong. I don't support what he did, but I haven't gotten around to changing my name. But I think Zach will pass through the middle because their linebackers are really bad. Yeah, I mean, Zach kind of at his best when he's going over the middle too, by the way. ETN moves like a literal jaguar. That's a fantastic comment. David Conklin, I agree, man. I hate watching hate waiting until 4 to watch. And as Jace Beast comes in right there too, says this has felt like the longest Sunday ever. 4 o'clock couldn't come soon enough. Jets Beast Jets Best, comments. They also have a linebacker out today. Maybe another opportunity for the Jets to succeed here on a little Sunday. Cleveland about to pull this off, Daniel Murphy chimes in and says, and David Conklin follows it with, can't believe the Bucs are getting beat by Carolina. Beat handedly by a team that just sold pretty much everybody out. We feel disrespected getting 0 primetime games, but we get used to the 1 p.m. games. I love the 1 p.m. games. I don't care about not playing in primetime. Aaron Rodgers just turned over on downs. Oh, God. They really stink. Woof. Liam thinks it's going to be a big Braxton day. I mean, he's been running the ball fantastic, too. Elijah Moore asks, what's the plan if the Broncos defense shuts down the run? I would attack. I would say attack the middle of the field, get the tight ends involved, easy completions, get the ball out of Zach's hands quickly. And I would say the tight ends and running backs out of the backfield. Got time for a couple more. Liam says, love seeing Tom Brady lose. Things you just absolutely love to see. And another touchdown that's not to Tony Pollard for the Cowboys. No Pollard, TD. Sorry, Matt. I know. Very frustrating. Remember when Brady says he looks around the league, he sees a lot of bad football? How are the Bucs getting blown out? Can't be good. Can't be great. I can't wait for him to go away, man. Lawrence had a free 20-yard touchdown run on 4th and 1. He slipped in front of absolutely no one. That's fantastic. That's unfortunate. Toby says Conklin had a big day, or will have a big day. 5 catches, 69 yards, and a touchdown. Zach throws 2 picks. Hope not. I hope he doesn't turn it over today. Giselle can't wait for Tom Brady to go away either. All right, I think that's going to do it for us on our pregame show. Make sure to tune in to the Green Bean live stream as I will be on at halftime. Can't wait for this game. Huge one for the New York Jets. I think they get it done. Let me know. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Once again, I'm Matt O'Leary. Talk to you next time, baby. Go Jets.